Hey up YouTube, it's Sam from Sam's Garden Maintenance. And in this video today guys, I want to tell you how my year's gone. You know, this is the 2022 wrap up. I'm going to tell you about some of the highs and some of the lows, some things I've found out, and some lessons that I'll be carrying forward to next year. Now, I've done another video where I have laid out my business plan for the next 3 years, and it's a business plan but in air quotes, you know what I mean. It's basically some goals and targets that I'd like to hit. I've discussed that to death in another video, so check that out. But we're looking back at 2022. How's it gone? It's gone very well, I'll be honest with you. I've really enjoyed it. It's considering, you know, it's still COVID was lingering around and all that jazz. It's gone a lot better than I thought, and basically I've really enjoyed it. If I was to give it a score, let's say 4.5 smiley faces out of 5. The reason it's not a 5 is because that's perfect, and what is perfection in this game? We could always be sort of trying harder. Now, there's been mistakes on the way. There's been highs and there's been lows, but overall, it's gone actually pretty good, all things considering. It has. Turnover has been the best it's ever been. My monthly targets, I've been smashing them every month. Been very happy with that. Winter, okay, it's not been as productive as I'd like to have been, but I think I need to start being realistic with winter, because there's so many sort of variables, because you sort of class the last couple of months as winter, so November and December, but pretty much half of December's took up by Christmas and New Year's, and we've got shit weather, so maybe it is that I need to sort of look at thinking, well, it's the big picture, not just focus on getting winter sorted. But I have got more plans for next year with winter. I've got a couple of ideas, swapping a few things around to make it so there's going to be work for winter, or a bit more work. But overall, it's not been too bad. It hasn't. I have enjoyed it. So yeah, I can't really tell you more. I don't want to sit here and say, I've earned all this and managed to do this, because it's not beneficial. I don't think it's nice as a a friendly sort of thing to know that the chap you follow, he's hit his goals and he's done well, and he has, and I do appreciate that. But I think sometimes it doesn't help, because we're all different, we're all on a different journey. It could be the fact that you had a terrible year this year, not for want of trying. You don't really need somebody saying, well, I've had a smashing year, look at me. And I never try and do that anyway. I never try and be boastful. But there's a couple of takeaways that I've sort of realised this year is, I've based my whole sort of business model of being the local, friendly, trusted gardener. So I am very sort of forward-facing with my gardening and what I'm pushing out to customers. Trying to be, a friendly gardener, stuff like that, opposed to say the chaps that are just in and out, and there's no personal side. And I'll be honest with you, for the most part, it's going very well, and I'll always keep doing that. But I'm thinking next year changing it up a bit and trying to get, basically concentrating on getting more commercial work and more one-off work, opposed to say looking at doing Mr. and Mrs. such and such, and also focusing on, or not focusing on, some customers as much, because I'll be honest with you, I'll start off by saying we don't know what next year is going to be like. So for one, it could either be really crap or really good, or it could be the same. We just don't know. I've got a feeling personally it's going to be similar. The they aren't banging on about the cost of living so much in the newspaper anymore. Maybe, you know, January and Feb will be hard. Who knows really? I don't know. I'm not, you know, an expert in this field. But I know one thing is that next year I will not be concentrating or faffing around with customers as much. So I've had some customers this year where they've basically took the piss, where they'll keep, oh, can you come once a month instead, even though you've agreed once every 2 weeks. Oh, can you come, you know, oh, can you come every next week instead? Well, this will be 6 weeks since the last visit. Oh, is it? So basically I'm going to be putting my foot down more next year, and if I have to, making me excuses, because it's these, and again, this isn't boastful, I've got people that pay very, very well, and there's no problems at all. You know, you hear about rich people and stuff like that where they leave me to it, you know, and but it's the lowest paid ones, you know, like Mrs. Such and Such with a lawn, and you know, they just want it just hacked down every so often, but they're making out they want it done fortnightly. So as I said, there is going to be a change for next year. There's going to be a bit of a shift up in terms of what is going to be happening with certain customers and how much BS I'll take off them, basically. But I've been happy. Sultex was good. First year I've been. Next year, you know, I'm going to be definitely going again. I really enjoyed it. I'm really happy with the exterior cleaning, and from some of the feedback I get back and some of the questions on YouTube and off YouTube that I get, I think other people are thinking about it. Now, you know, I'm not here to sell fucking gutter cleaning shit at all, but I'm happy if people are trying it, because I only try and recommend things that I genuinely think people, you know, will help. It's like, I offer Scarifine, you know, I offer all different services, but I wouldn't push them more, because some services, you know, they aren't great, you know, profitable sides, but with the exterior cleaning and the gutters, it's something separate, it's a necessity, it's something that people don't mind paying good money for, you know. So that's why I'm pushing it as much as I am, because I do think it will help. And another reason is, like I said, we don't know what next year is going to be like. So for the fact that you've got the gutter cleaning as maybe a backup, brilliant, you know, all credit really. I think we all need basically extra strings to our bows, because we don't know what next year is going to be like. So that's how I see it anyway. But I'm looking forward to new challenges, as I said, next year. Don't know what it's going to be like, but I'm looking forward to it actually. I am putting, or hopefully I've put some pictures on the screen, and you'll see some of the gardens I've enjoyed working on, some of the different tasks. I have had quite a lot of variety this year, from, you know, doing quite a big area of gravel for somebody, to doing big Scarifine jobs, to doing little jobs, you know, and there's always loads of variety in my job, and that's what I enjoy. It is. And sometimes a part of me thinks, oh no, don't take that on, you know, you won't be able to do that. But then another part of me thinks, well, you know, just go for it. And I'm glad that I've done that. I have. But as you can see in the pictures, there has been loads, like fuck me, like tools are broke, you know, through, you know, me misusing them, and we all do it, you know. We all think, oh, I'll just run the mower over that, and you don't check, and there's a big fucking clang, you know. Or you go to a shithole garden and you're just mowing, and you thought you've checked out where you're at it. You know, smashed my window in my van, streaming. What else? Oh, pulled the bumper off. The next door neighbour of one of my gardening customers, I didn't need to be there. This is the funny and annoying part, is that I physically didn't need to be at this customer's house. It was me doing a good turn by dropping, I think I dropped a fucking pot of I dropped some fucking damsons off to him, right? Didn't need to be there. Dropped these damsons off. The neighbour had put rocks or fucking bollards or summit to stop people parking on the verge, and of course I reverse, and I caught one of them, and he put them on the neighbour's side, and just pulled the bumper off. And it was one of them where you see, you think, what am I going to do with that? But I, you know, I stuck it back on. It's got about 50 more screws holding it on. And yeah, it's annoying, and the thing is, you can stew about stuff like this, and you know, you can let it get you down, and you can get really fucking annoyed and ratty and take it out on others, but you've just got to let these things slide, and that's what I've done. You know, it's annoying, it browns you off at the time, but just take a breath, and yeah. So that's the take home sort of things. Now, have I got any New Year's resolutions? Yes, I have. Number one is I want to try and shift a bit of weight for next year. I'm a large guy. It's getting it doesn't get in the way of the work, don't get me wrong, but I'm just fat, and I'm just thinking, you know what, it's not going to do me any good for you know, going forward for, you know, the next few years, you know, like later on in life, because that's when it gets you, being fat. You're all right when you're young, but when you start getting on a bit, it sort of fucking catches up with you, and you're putting wear and tear on your body that you shouldn't need to do, and that's what's happening. So and I have no qualms about talking about this, so don't think, you know, like if you ask and say, how have you gone on with your weight loss, it doesn't offend me, you know, I'm not touchy about it. So I've joined Slimming World, so, you know, if you've ever been to them places, it's just, what can I say, it's life-changing. It isn't, it's boring as fuck. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. As I said, it's something different, it's going to help me. If you want me to post up about it, and I did think about offering or doing this, and basically now there's not going to be many of you guys around at this 12-minute mark, so you probably, you know, this will fly under the radar, but I know for us men it's hard sometimes shifting weight. We don't like to talk about it, but if it is that you want me to do like a video once a week, once a month, because I'm a whiz in the kitchen, you know, I know how to eat healthy. There's not a fat bloke out there that doesn't know how to lose weight. And as I say, if you want a bit of help or a bit of advice or someone to talk to about it, just drop me a message. So, or I'll put a little video up every so often, and yeah, maybe turn it into something. So that's next year's goal: lose a bit of timber. What are New Year's resolutions? Just in general, to just push the business, see how it goes, you know, build the business up, and you know, same with the exterior cleaning. I've said this to death now, but I really want to push that forward, because one will help the other out. So that's it, guys. That's going to be the last video of 22, and yeah, I hope this helps some of you guys. Have a good day, and as usual, keep on gardening.